This comes as no surprise. There's a big article on ESPN kind of delineating the downfall from playoff team to competing for the number one overall pick, which the Browns are. Brown sources insist a tear-down rebuild is not coming. They note Barry, who declined to be interviewed for the story, is measured yet aggressive general manager, which has historically yielded plenty of offseason activity. Browns will be opportunistic in improving their roster as well. A personnel source said internally the Browns consider this offseason a pivot year with 8 big money contracts, David Njoku, Tomlinson, Conklin, and Wyatt Teller reaching the non-guaranteed stages in 2025. Browns also have 11 selections in the draft, including their first-round picks. It's 2021, which will be number 3 or higher with a loss to the Ravens. Again, until they figure out the quarterback position, it is what it is. But, yeah, the roster is not as bad as 3-14. It does need upgrading. I would argue you need to really infuse the offense with some talent.
Yeah, and it's tough to sell that to people right now, and I get it. Sitting at 3 wins, it's hard to hear, hey, you're closer than you think. But this whole thing's been coming all off season, as we're looking ahead, and the word rebuild kept getting thrown in, and me, myself, and others kept saying the word pivot. Like, you just look at the defensive side of the ball. You have several roster cornerstones. You're not that far off on that side of the ball. The offensive side needs retooled, no doubt, and that's what you're going to see in this 2025 offseason. And Barry is aggressive. That is something that they highlighted there, and I'd say most notably with trades, very opportunistic. If he sees a player sitting out there who's maybe in a contract year, and there's an opportunity there to get him, best believe they're going to be sending a 5th-round pick and swapping 6, and it'll be a low cost, high reward type situation if it works. But he's not afraid to take those swings, and those players are always out there. So do expect Barry to be aggressive, and they understand their feet are to the fire. They're not going to go down quietly. They don't have time for a full rebuild. They're going to retool some things and their approach, some of their personnel. Some of these guys are aging out. They're going to have to restock the cupboard in the offensive line. There's things that must happen before you can enter the 2025 season, but they're going to check all those boxes, and Barry will be aggressive in doing so.